Tavia needed it.
Last night, home night, they put a tag on you, Pew Crew. They really have embraced you.
Oh yeah.
Why? They're sort not that they've singled out the team, but
Yeah.
they really singled out Johnny. Here's Johnny.
Yeah. I try to be a good guy to everybody that I've met the fans here. I try to be as good as I can to them, and I think I established a friendship with them early last year, being energetic and whatnot. As you tend to see me on the field, I'm a little animated, but and I think just from there they've embraced me. I always make a joke, or they always make jokes that when I come back, I'm coming back to visit. I can't not. When I come back, I'll have about 16, 17 different free places to stay. Like, that's how I wouldn't have to worry about a hotel ever. Wouldn't have to worry about food. They always make jokes and stuff like that, but I know it's not jokes, and I know that it's true, and they mean that. So I can't thank them enough.
Well, the nice thing, a couple of those guys are bartenders.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
they got access.
Oh yeah, they got.
Food, drinks.
Yes, sir. Southern tier. Well, but yeah, they got to take advantage of.
Did you have a lot of fan interaction? You know, you got a Pew Crew, those guys behind you who are into it, man.
Oh yeah, a lot of fan interaction. I really enjoyed that. I think that was one of my favorite things, having the fans engage in the game. They were just like, they knew the game of baseball, and it was enjoyable to have them there and have them on our side.
Behind you at the third base dugout is the Pew Crew.
The Pew Crew.
Yeah. So, what's your sense of those guys?
Oh, I love them. You gotta love them. They're amazing, especially because they're on our side. I don't know if I'd be as much of a fan if they were on the opposing side, but for us, they're absolutely lovely, and all the fans around them, always packed out, always cheering us on. Even if they don't know who we are, if it's their first Tarp Skunk game, they're there to cheer us on, and they always do it every single time, and they're great at it.
The Pew Crew is along the third base side. Give me your reactions on those guys.
They're hilarious. They're the best type of fans right there, especially when they're rooting against the other teams. I know when we go other places, their fans are rooting against their own teams, so I'm glad they're kind of chirping other teams, but some of the things they say are just out of this world.
You remember a phrase or two? Because they keep popping.
I don't remember any because they have a lot, and they don't even make sense sometimes. So, but they're funny.
Pew Crew. How did you guys keep your sanity with listening to them nonstop all game?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved hearing the chirps, everything that they had to say. It was all creative. I loved what they do.
Do you guys interact with them after the game? Do they come in? They talk to you at all?
Oh yeah, they know all of our names and stuff like that, and just have short conversations with them sometimes. Say, "Oh, good job in the game," stuff like that. Fist bump or whatever.
Well, we got the Pew Crew, and they on some days we needed them to get us going. You know, we'd be tired at the field, and they'd constantly, every day, they never failed to have energy to get us going, and they made baseball, they made it fun out there. There was no dull moment out there.
Of the crowd, the fan interaction with the team?
Oh yeah. They were, the Pew Crew. They're something else. We love them, and just the fan base is very supportive, and you feel every bit of it.
Pew Crew. Did you get to interact with those guys?
Oh yeah. I remember the first day I go out to play, and my name gets announced to the loudspeaker, and all of a sudden I hear "All Hail the King," and I was like, they did their research already. Like, they're awesome. They're really awesome. They love interacting with us. They do their research, so they'll get on the opponents a little bit. They'll have our backs all the time. I love them. They're awesome.
The Pew Crew. Behind you.
Fantastic. I've never seen anything like that. I was laughing at so many jokes this year. I had no idea they would come up with these things that I had to take a second and be like, okay, that was funny. Like, I've never seen anything like that. It was amazing. Pew Crew was fantastic.
you remember a phrase or two that they would come up with?
A phrase, they said to one kid, they shot out his ERA. It was like a 18, and he was like, "Your ERA's an 18. I don't know if that's good or bad." And I thought that was pretty funny.
Talk about the Pew Crew.
Oh, it's great, honestly. We have a lot of fans normally that show up to games, but they're the loudest out there, and you can tell the other team gets pretty frustrated with them sometimes, and it kind of helps us score runs or do better in the field because the other team's getting frustrated. I know a couple guys on the other teams on the mound, they were like looking at the Pew Crew and like trying to argue with them when they're trying to pitch, so they're not even focused on the game anymore. They're focused on them in the stands. When I'm just sitting there and not playing at all, I can hear them. I kind of laugh sometimes. Some of it's pretty funny what they say, so I'm just sitting there laughing in my seat normally.
Yeah, I was listening to the last part of Jordan's interview when he was in here, and they already had the research done before he got in here. But not only are they researching our roster, that's the easy part. They get that done. They got to do that once. Then it's every new team that comes in here to play, and then they have research on that guy and his whole family background and whatnot. So there's a lot of time spent in doing that. I don't know where they get all the hours. I know those guys have full-time jobs and have pretty successful livelihoods. So must be right when they get out of work or early in the mornings before they go into work. They're doing their research. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat what's put into it from those guys. Yeah, every once in a while. I try not to give them a smile because they are my buddies and they know I'm already smiling. And after the game, I'll tell them what the good ones were. But there's sometimes I just can't hold my laugh with some of the stuff they say, and just like, where did that even come from? How did you come up with that? And I don't think they're like practicing a lot of these one-line comments they have. That just between Dennis and Todd and every single one of them actually just all of a sudden something comes to them and I'm like, brilliant, but just where did you come up with that?
Well, I was stepping in the box, and the Pew Crew, before I got in the box, they already cheered me on, give me a standing O and all that. And I stepped in the box, and I thought that's I need to say thanks to everybody, not just the Pew Crew. They were special, but the entire city themselves, all the fans were special. So I had to just say thank you one more time.
Oh,